Sorry, we had to change the link again. All right, but it's good to be here today. It's good to be here today, and we are going to have a great time again. So, what do you think? Um, it's a new year. It's 2024 and in this new year, we expect greater things. All right, this is 2025. And how many of us are excited about it? Well, we look forward to such an amazing 2025. Yeah, welcome to everyone that has been here. Wow. So 2025 is a new year. But unfortunately, what makes a new year is that there are new experiences, and that's why people celebrate a new year. But this is a question. As we enter into this amazing year, is it going to be a new experience for you too? Is it going to be a new experience? Well, many people are going to just experience the same thing they've been experiencing for the past 3, 5, 10, 20 years. That's the sad news. That's the sad truth about what 2025 is going to be. So if you've been experiencing the same sequence of events, the same realities in the past 3 years, it is most likely that you will have the same experience in 2025. In the last, and what we have been doing in the last two classes is to make sure that your experiences are different. That's why in the first class we talked about the 5 questions you need to ask yourself before you enter into this new year. And this goes for any other new year you want to enter into. The second class, we talked about your expenses. How do you reduce your expenses in the year 2025? I want to believe that these things have prepared you for a charged up year. Has prepared you for a beautiful time. Yeah, welcome. Kingsley, welcome in the year 2025. Today, we are going to take it a notch higher, and we're going to be talking about how to increase your income in the year 2025. How do you do this? How do you change your financial reality in 2025? In case you're just joining us, you've never been here. My name is Darius Okumbi, and I am your financial clarity coach. Okay, over the years, I have helped people to move from financial chaos to financial stability. And I can do that for you too. And that's what we are doing here. We are making that shift. How can people live from financial chaos to financial stability? All right. So you can watch all our videos and then you will see a lot more on this. So let's talk about today. Today we are talking about how do you increase your income in the year 2025 or in any new year. As you begin to make decisions for a new year, how do you increase your income? So 2025 is going to be a beautiful year. To some, it will be a year of joy, year of abundance. A year that will also demand much more from you. That's the interesting thing, because every year comes with its responsibilities and it's going to demand from you. If you want to have a new reality in 2025, then there is a demand laid up on you. All right, so it can either be a year to soar or a year to plummet. It can be a year of light or a year of darkness. The choice is yours to make. As we talk about here, we talk about your finances. Whatever you want, you can actually create it as we enter into this new year. All right, so are you ready for this year? And one of the things that makes this year pivotal is that it is the middle of the decade. So imagine that you waste the first 4 years in this decade. What about the 5th one? What are you going to do with the 5th year? And unfortunately, this pivotal year, many people will still not get it right. And if you don't get it right in this pivotal year, you could as well bid this decade a goodbye. Because just add 5 years to your age. What will become of it? Just do the maths now. Add 5 years to your age. Imagine wasting it. Some people will be crossing into their 30s, some into their 40s, some into their 50s, some into the mid ranges of those years. That is why you need to enter into the year 2025 with clarity. Clarity is very important because it's pivotal. So what we want to do is this: we want to lay a foundation for the remaining half of this decade. That it's about sowing seeds in the year 2025. It's about sowing seeds in the year 2025. I want to believe you have your writing materials with you. And if you do, I would like you to get your pen and write 2 things for me. The first thing I want you to write is, what do you want your life to look like in 2030? Write it down. What do you want your life to look like in 2030? So you can pick one aspect of your life. In this place, we talk about 7 different aspects of your life, which is faith, family, friends, finance and career, fellowship and associations, filial devotions, that's your commitment to humanity, and then your fitness, your health. So you could just pick one of them and say, okay, maybe you want to talk about the finances and say, okay, so what would my finances look like in 2030? You want to be a millionaire? You want to be a billionaire by that time? You want to be, what would you like 2030? Just add the remaining 5 years to your age, then you will be able to say, okay, this is what my life should look like when I'm in my 40s, my 30s, 25 and above, and all that. Write it down. Okay? I hope you've written that down. Once you're done with that, you can then ask this question: what do I need to do in the year 2025 that will make this dream possible? Okay, you say you want to be a millionaire. What is that one thing, 2 things that you think you need to do to make that dream possible? So, invariably, we are setting a 5-year goal, and we are digging the water from the year 2025. So let's say you say, okay, I want to be a decamillionaire. That means you want to move into the tens of millions in your earnings. So the question is, what one thing are you going to do next year? So you could write down and say, okay, I'm going to start a business, or I'm going to take my business seriously. All right. So you could be thinking about, okay, if that's the case, how does this business hit the first 1 million next year? So write that down. What is that one thing? Or you could write 3 things. 3 things will be fine. 3 things that will help you to achieve that financial goal you aim for in 2030. Well, you know what? Some people don't even have goals, so we have helped you to set that goal for that beautiful year. So what should you do? But this is what I noticed is you really don't need so much to be able to achieve that 5-year goal. What if I told you that one thing is enough? So today, I'll be sharing about one thing you need to do in 2025, right? This one thing will help you move towards the achievement of that 5-year goal you just set. One thing. But I'll be explaining 5 ways by which you need to do this one thing. So it's I'm going to stretch you a little bit. 5 ways by which you need to do that one thing. So what's this one thing I'm talking about? This one thing is something that you're used to doing. This one thing is something that you have done over the years and have made you who you are. So this is a case of saying that the answer is with you. Whatever your financial reality is going to be in 2025, the answer is with you. The reality is right before you. You are used to using this one thing in your life every day, every week, every single day. You're used to doing it. Unfortunately, it is the way you do that one thing that has placed you where you currently are. It's the way you do that one thing has placed you here. So if your reality is far below your goal, far below, yeah, your reality is far below your goal, then it is that one thing that you have been doing that has kept you there. So it's just like flipping a coin. So what we want to do today is to flip the coin of this one thing that you do. Right? So this is just like telling you that the answer to changing your financial reality has been with you all the while. You just did not use it right. We are going to redefine, reshape this perspective today so that this one thing that you have, that you are supposed to use to have changed your life, that you have not made proper use of, you will be able to use it better in the coming year. So what's this one thing? The one thing I'm talking about today is your habits. If you change your habits, you will change your reality. Okay, you change your habits, you will change your reality in 2025. It is because of that habit that you have not changed. That is why you're where you are. Because we're sum total of our habits. We are sum total of it. Right? Your habits create your financial experience, creates your financial reality. So to talk about this today, I'm going to show you 5 ways, right, by which you can channel your habits that will bring you the goods that has eluded you over the last years. All right. So what does the word habits mean? Okay. Yeah, many of us have a faint knowledge of what it is because we all practice it. That's what we practice every day. We are slaves, servants of our habits. But I checked the etymology meaning. Yeah, thank you. So I checked the etymology meaning of habits, and it says that it is characteristics attire of a religious or clerical order. A characteristic attire of a religious or clerical order. So this is just like the robes that the priests wear, and every day they need to keep it on to be able to function in their role. And the same way, you keep on the habits to function in your role, but it's the same habits that has kept you where you are. The same habits. So it's just like clothing yourself every day, clothing yourself. So when you wake up and then you, by default, because your subconscious mind has recognized it, by default you begin to do certain things. You have clothed yourself, and then your body system, your subconscious mind is already used to that system, and that is why you are where you are. Habits are the stories that tells how you will look in the future. So if you look at your habits today, you will see how you will look in your future. Habits tells the stories. So what habits do you hold? Do you hold the habits of wealth or the habits of poverty? The habits of failure or the habits of success? The habits of love or the habits of hate? Habits of improvement or the habits of deterioration? What habits do you hold? Well, you can answer the question, because if you look at your life and you're surrounded with so much need, so much poverty, it communicates your habits. It communicates the kind of habits you currently hold. And you cannot arrive at love through the door or the habit of hate, because habits are doorways that leads to your dream life. Habits are doorways that leads to your dream life. So it's just like you want to enter into an office and you open the door of hell. That's what having the wrong habits does. It leads you to the wrong place because you trigger the wrong operation. You cannot arrive at health through the door or the habits of sickness or the habits of diseases. So someone wants to be healthy and he's overeating and he's eating all junks and he wants to live healthy. You can't achieve it. You have the habits of poverty, and yet your goal is to be rich. What are the habits of poverty? Idleness is one of them. Idleness. All right. Eating all that you earn is one of them. Habits. Okay. Another habit of poverty is the habit of not learning. Okay. Not learning. You just decide, well, since I'm done with 4 years in school, I'm done with all that. That's a poverty habit. Because learning is a royal behavior. It's not meant for everyone. So, if you don't learn, you are building the habits of poverty. All right. So now, let's talk about the 5 habits you need for an extraordinary financial life in 2025. So I am making an assumption that most of the people that are listening to me are just starting from zero and they want to build from ground up and say, okay, so how can I kickstart a different reality in 2025? All right. So, but before I go into that, I'll need you to do something. Write down the first 5 things you do when you wake up in the morning. First 5 things, right? First 5 things. To many people, the first thing they do is scroll through their phones, to begin to consume early in the morning, because the habit of poverty is consumption, not production. You cannot move from poverty to wealth if all you do is consume. Consumption is an habit of poverty. So have you written the 5 things? The first 5 things you do in the morning. Those things actually show where your subconscious mind has been channeled towards. Because it is your subconscious mind, okay, that plays out your habits. It's on autopilot for those habits. So we need to retool that subconscious mind. If we must move from poverty to wealth, we need to retool our subconscious mind such that our subconscious mind is inclined towards wealth. Because if our subconscious mind is inclined towards wealth, it will begin to attract wealth, provision, abundance towards us. Okay? So, let's get started. The first habit you need to build as we enter into 2025, if you must improve or increase your income, is the habit of daily improvement. Daily improvement. The habit of daily improvement. How do I mean, or what do I mean by this? The truth is, your earning cannot rise above your value. Your earning cannot rise above your value. Have you wondered why a cleaner in an organization can be a cleaner for 10, 15, 20 years? Right? It's because until your value increases, your earning remains the same. Until your value increases, your earning remains the same. And question, why is iPhone 15 more expensive than iPhone 5? The value, okay? The value that iPhone brings. Why is a Toyota Camry 2010 cheaper than that of 2025? The value, the improvements on that product gives it value, right? And the value gives it its financial reward. So, if you must increase your earnings in 2025, your Value needs to increase. And how do you do that? By building the habit of daily improvement. So, how do I mean? What are you supposed to do to be able to improve yourself daily? Number one, you need to read. You need to study. You need to study. Right? You need to study. For many people, the last time they ever opened a book or read anything was the year they graduated from the university. My mentor will say that sometimes when we open the brain of some people, what we'll find there is cobwebs because they have not read. Because their internal operating system, which I call iOS, has not been updated. Why do you update your phone when there is a need to do that? It is to make it compliant. Your brain is not compliant. You have not improved on your person. So, how do you improve on your person in 2025? The first thing is that you begin to read. Make reading a daily habit. I know that it's something you just want to start. You might find it difficult, but that is what it requires. If you must improve or increase your earning, then you must improve yourself. Thank you, Sheka. You said you're from India. It's good to have you. All right, so improve on your daily habits. So why not, instead of scrolling through those messages, consuming in the morning, why not consume something to improve you? So you study. Another thing you can do is to take courses. Right? Maybe you want to spot the person, the one of the people that are performing so well in your field, and look at their track of learning. What are they learning? Where are they going to study? Right? Where are they going to study? There are even free courses online today that can use to improve your skill. Many times people feel that they can get all the answers in their heads, but the truth is this: you may not be able to get all the answers in your head, so why not go to the places where you can learn them? Another thing you can do is to associate with people that are doing well in your industry. When last have you spoken to someone that is doing well in your industry and asked the person, what are the things I need to do to be able to achieve or to be able to grow bigger in this? Okay? So, what do you need to study daily? What do you need to read daily? What courses do you need to attend? Who do you need to relate with to be able to improve your habits? Because when you improve your habits, your earnings will improve. So, make studying a daily habit. And maybe you write courses every 3 months. You write courses, right? You go for programs, you go for trainings every 3 months. Many people will not go for training until they are sponsored by their employers. This doesn't make sense. How do you improve your value if you continue that way? Right? The second habit you need to build is a habit of perfection. Habits of perfection. Habits of perfection. So the question is, am I saying that you need to be perfect? No. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you should begin to build your life towards perfection. And perfection is excellence. So the habit of perfection is a habit of excellence. But for you to achieve perfection, right, you need to go through a process. And that process includes bends that are called failures. Okay. Perfection is built on the experiences of failure. Many people are not able to try new things, and you know why? They say that, oh, I'm scared, I'm going to fail. That which you do, how good are you at it? How daring are you at becoming excellent How daring are you at becoming perfect in the fulfillment of that which you do? You know, one of the interesting things about this is that as you strive for perfection and you fail along the path, you become a better person. You learn ways not to do it, and you learn ways to do it. Try it out daily. Okay, as you begin to study, try out new things in that line. All right. There's this quote, this Chinese quote that says, "I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand." You cannot understand without doing. So get out of your current space and do something about it. Build the habits of making things perfect. And it starts from the little things. Little things. The little things around your home. The little things around your life. Start out. Make the mistakes. Get better at it. Fall. Rise. That is how you attain perfection. Because the world celebrates perfection, but they do not know the failures behind the perfection. I'm not saying that before you set out, you have to be perfect. No. Because the only way a child learns to walk is by falling. So you need to learn through the process. The third habit is the habit of daily evaluation. Daily evaluation. You need to always test yourself and score yourself on a daily basis. Evaluate the things you do. Okay? If I am trying to improve my finances, I need to check myself every day if I am walking towards that. Am I getting closer to that? Or I'm getting farther based on the things that I do? Every day, evaluate yourself. You know, in the 30-day challenge that we have, we tell people, write your expenses, document your expenses every day. And people are like, wow, it's not making me look so good. I mean, it's it's giving me some depression, some headaches, and all that. But the thing is this, it is a way by which you score yourself. That's how you know how you are failing at what you should do. Because sometimes what evaluation helps you do is it helps you to see the need that you have and the reasons why you are not making that improvement. And there are two places in which you need to evaluate. Number one, at the start of a thing. Let's say, okay, because the Bible says in Luke chapter 14, verse 20, it says, "Is there any man who wants to build a tower that first does not sit down and counts the cost, or wants to go into a battle and says, okay, can I overcome this battle with the number of men that I have? And if I cannot, why don't I send emissary to my enemies?" So before you start, you ask, is this something that I can do? And at this point, you're not looking at doing everything just because you want to get by. You're focused on doing the right thing to be able to get the right result and be the right person that you have ever dreamed of. The second place to evaluate yourself is to evaluate yourself daily. And I learned this from God because when God made the earth, the Bible says at the end of the day, and God saw that it was good, and the evening and the morning, the next day. If God evaluates his work, who are you not to evaluate your work? Because evaluation creates room for improvement. Without evaluating yourself, you will not get to that place of self-improvement. Without evaluation, there is no score for your self-improvement. You don't need to write all the tests in the world where a teacher has to score you. You need to score yourself. And that's what evaluation does. So the first thing I talked about was the habit of daily improvement. The second, the habit of perfection. The third, the habit of evaluation. Let's go to the fourth one, the habit of commercialization. The habit of commercialization. Commercialization. All right. So what is commercialization? Commercialization is a process of bringing products, services, and ideas into the market. Yeah. So what does that really have to do with you, you may say? So whatever skill you are building, you need to be able to commercialize it. And sometimes the product is you. Like for many people that works on a job, the truth is the first product is you. And even in life, the first product is you. You're a customer service officer. People are buying you. Why does one salesman, why is one a certain salesman, why is he able to close more deals than another? Because he first becomes the product. When you go for an interview, what are you doing? You're selling yourself. You are the product here. And the biggest product ever that you would ever sell is you. But the question is, will you buy you? If you were the interviewer, if you are the market, will you buy yourself? Okay? So let's talk about the process of commercialization. There are 5 processes in commercialization. The first one is production. All right? How do we produce? Thank you, Emeka. Loving this. How do you produce? How do you produce that person? That person that is marketable. That person that the world will be willing to buy. Daily self-improvement. Are you getting where I'm driving at? Daily self-improvement is the way you produce a new person that the market can appreciate. Daily self-improvement. You study, you go for courses, improve on your person. Right? So, production is the first. The second is distribution. How do we present this product? Right? Have you seen people that know so much? Right? They know so much, but they cannot present themselves. And guess what happens? They lose the opportunities. You're the first product. How do you distribute? How do you present yourself? How do you get yourself across to people? That's the second thing. How will they see you? How will they perceive you when they see you? Right? That's the second process. The third one is marketing. Okay, how do we create awareness? How do you create awareness? You're in a workplace. How do you create awareness of your person? The awareness you create about yourself, is that awareness about a warm person or a snob? Is the awareness, the marketing you create about yourself, is it about a boring person on the job? Is it about the person that we can easily let go? It doesn't really matter. And people do not know. One of my bosses says something, says that the places where the most important decision concerning you is being made is in the closet where you are never found or you are never there. So how you market yourself to your colleagues, to your bosses matter. Even to your market. How will your market, does your market perceive you? Does your market believe that they can trust you? The fourth process of commercialization is sales. How do you sell yourself? When you open your mouth, what are the things that you say about yourself? How do you express yourself? Do you look confused? Does it look like you are incapacitated? You cannot do so much. You're someone that needs the job because you're broke, because you have to get out of this. You're desperate. Is that how you sell yourself? So for a product, how do you sell this product? How do you take this product to the doorstep of those that needs it? The last step in the process of commercialization is customer support. How do I help others? Okay. How do I help my customers? What do I do for my customers after they have purchased my product? Do I just abandon them? So let's talk about the fifth habit, is the habit of investing. I cannot overemphasize this, that without investment, you will not achieve financial freedom without investment. Because as you begin to age, your earning will reduce. And when your earning reduces, what happens next? Will you be waiting on your children to feed you, or you will be able to put things in the ground? I always say this, that for every money you receive, there is a seed of greatness in it, and that seed is meant to be converted into an investment. If you eat all your earnings, you're eating your future. If you eat all your income as a business person, you're in this business and you're like, wow, I'm balling. We're making the deals, we're cutting the deals. And you fail to invest. Even businesses should always invest. Because when there are hard times, the investments will bail you out. However, do not forget that the biggest investment is investment in yourself. You improve, your value improves, your income improves. So it all still boils down and goes back to the habit of daily improvement. So, today, I have been able to let you know that it is only the change in your habits that can lead to a different reality. If you're not willing to change your habits in the year 2025, that means you're not willing to achieve your goals. We started by setting a goal for the next 5 years, right? That's until 2030. I said, okay, what is that one thing you need to do, or 3 things you need to do? And I zeroed in to show you that if you change your habits, your reality will change in 2030, right? So I mentioned the 5 aspects, the 5 things you need to do, the 5 habits you need to build as against 2025. Guys, these things will help you. You do them, you see improvement in your life. It's about getting out of the space of financial struggles, getting out of the space of financial chaos. Chaos is about uncertainty surrounding your finances. You can get out of that space. It is highly possible. Are you willing to walk the step around these 5 things? Are you willing to build these 5 habits? If you are willing, you will experience a different 2025. And if you're willing, I welcome you to a new year, the year 2025. All right? So, I believe that these things will help you. Try them out and let me know. You can send me an email, right? You can send me an email at Dare Shokunbi, SHOKUNBI, figure 1 at gmail.com. Let me know the things that you learned. And if you're in any of our WhatsApp groups, feel free to share there. All right. Thank you so much. And at this point, we've come to the end of today's session. I hope you really learned something. I would love to know the things that were eye-opening for you today. Okay? You can drop them in the comment section. However, next week is December 26th. And it's going to be Boxing Day. We're not going to be online on that day. And we're also going to want you to rest. We would like you to rest for the 2nd of January. Right? So from January 2025, we are going to be firing in all cylinder. All right, thank you. Yeah, I said thank you for the training. Yeah, thank you, Adiola. Yeah, we're going to be firing in all cylinder. That's by January, and we are going to be talking about how to increase your value in 2025. My guest is ready for you in January. So that means we are going to be talking about something special, how to increase your value in 2025 so that you're earning. What a good way to start 2025. So don't miss it. I'm going to start from January 9th. We're going to be back, and a few things would have changed, a few things would have transformed, a couple of things, and we look forward to hosting you there. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to have you here. So see you in the new reality 2025. Try these things and let me know how it worked for you. All right. So thank you, everyone. See you in 2025. Bye.